I'm preparing meatloaf today. It's a really good use up recipe. So what I've done is I've just got any of the vegetables in my fridge, onions, leeks, carrots, some garlic in there, and I'll probably put some thyme in there and salt and pepper. I'm just going to fry these vegetables off. I've cut them all to about the same size, so they should cook nice and evenly. Need some bacon. I've got some chorizo sausage here because I've got it left in the fridge, so I'm just going to add that to this this meatloaf. Also got some pork, beef, and I've got some more bacon, and that's going to be to line the tin. It doesn't have to be pork and beef, you can put whatever you want in there, whatever you've got laying around, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mince this up using my machine here. But if you don't have a machine that you can mince stuff with, just get the mince and use the mince. My vegetables are fried off now, so I'll just put them to the side, let them cool. And if you are using Johnson meat, then the next thing you need to do is just roughly cut your meat, dice it down. Don't be tempted to take all the fat off of it, because we need that actual flavours that are going to go into this meatloaf. So depending on the size of your meatloaf will depend on how much meat you need. I've got about 500 grams of beef and 500 grams of pork, which as you can see I'm just roughly chopping up now. Don't be worried about them mixing together on the same chopping board, because we won't have any cross-contamination because they're both being mixed together straight away. And when I blend this down, I don't want to make it too fine, I want it to be quite rough. And then we'll start adding the other ingredients to it. So all we'll do with my machine here is we'll just pulse it, so it's not making it into a real kind of fine patty. That's not what we want. So I'm near the point where I want it to be. I'm just going to add the vegetables now, including any of the oil that's in there. Just going to crack an egg into it, so it binds it together. And I've got some gluten-free breadcrumbs here, just allow that to keep its shape. So I'm just adding some of those. And you can add more or less, just keep an eye on the consistency. And then I carry on. My meatloaf mix is now ready. So I'm just going to add that to my bacon lined tin. Just get my hands in there and just push it down. Don't want to push it down too hard, but at the same time we don't want it to be too light in there. So just make sure it goes into all the corners. And that's ready to be folded over now. So we just fold these over so it protects the meat inside. That's the meatloaf ready now. All I'm going to do is just put some parchment paper on top and some string around that to hold it in place when it's in the oven. And we just tie that out. We let that cook in the oven at around about 160 degrees for around about 40 to 45 minutes.